Hello, Jag, we're back with another video from Gardeon. I'm here with Chao's on the server as well. Say hi, Chao.
Hello.
um, yeah, I haven't been playing on Guardian for a while because I've been distracted by Peg's lovely new pack. However, there's a lot of mods on here on Guardian that I like Ender IO, Mechanism, a few others that don't spring to mind right now, and differences in config. Um, so I still kind of want to explore Ender IO and Mechanism because I've been kind of enjoying those mods. What I'm gonna do probably, because I haven't been on for a few weeks, I thought it would be interesting to check out Chao's base because I had quite a bit of fun actually with Chao recently. The last time I think I was playing on the server, we did some sort of dungeon looting thing. I don't really know what happened, but he very kindly enchanted my armor for me with all of his Thorncraft wizardry, and gave me this bound blade that you can see here, 24.5 attack damage. Pretty much the most powerful weapon I think I've ever wielded in Minecraft. I think I had a cleaver before with a bunch of quartz on it, and that was about 22, but nonetheless, it's pretty cool. I don't know blood magic at all, but it seems like a powerful mod if you put the time into it. I assume you know it quite well, Chao.
I've played with it extensively, yes.
Okay. There you go. Right, I'm just going to recharge my... you can tell I haven't played on here for a while because I can't tell which tank is which. Yeah, Chao's base is only about a kilometre away from me, and it looked pretty cool when I first saw it. And I always enjoy checking out other people's bases. It's interesting to see what people get up to and differences in design and choices and stuff. I find it kind of interesting anyway. Okay, right, and you can see actually if I show you here my armor, you can see there's all sorts of enchants. Got protection 4, throw off 1, unbreaking 3, unveiling 1 on my helmet. Couldn't enchant the armored jetpack, but yeah, all sorts of cool perks from Thorncraft, I believe. So, gonna hop on with my hang glider here and fly over to Chao's base. I assume you haven't moved your base, Chao?
Nope,
No.
it's the same place.
Cool. Alright, I'm flying over now. Hopefully the server can load chunks quickly enough. That's doing alright. I can't quite remember. Like, I know the general direction to fly, and I always just found it sort of by eye before. I think
it's a bit easier to find now.
yeah, I figured you'd probably have cleared out quite a bit of space. I can see. Oh no, that's lights from something else. This is this sort of roofed dark oak forest. Just roof forest. It's about. Oh, it's around here somewhere. So you sort of. Ooh, yeah, that must be. I see a big tower. Whoa. That's quite big. What's going on here? Are these the green interdiction torches that you were talking about earlier?
Yeah, the Torch of Interdiction.
Alright, Product E.
I've got a zombie over here that nicely
Ooh.
demonstrates how these work.
Wow, you really have been busy, haven't you? You've got a huge chunk. Is that an entire chunk? Hollowed out. Not quite, but about the
Oh,
size.
yeah, you're over there at my game.
Uh, yeah. Oh, right.
I'm
Yeah.
not
This isn't actually
not
your
done with
base, is
that
it?
yet. No, it is not.
Yeah.
This is the game in progress. There's a mechanic for the interdiction torches that's entertaining.
All right.
and
What
I'll
exactly
set
do
that
they?
up and use it.
Oh, what's this? What the hell? This is all cool new stuff. I'm glad I came over here now. This is like great big red domes made out of hellish brick from Britannia. And oh, I got a rocket here. That's pretty cool from Galacticraft. Yeah, I think I saw the other day in ISC that you and another player were doing Galacticraft, and you'd already been to like the asteroids and Mars.
Yeah, I'll admit to having used Paul's stuff to get Mars and the asteroids.
All right, that's I don't mind. Did you build this entire thing yourself? Like,
Yeah, I used a building guide and then did it all by hand because
all right.
it had to be done.
Ah, it looks good, man. Looks really cool. Oh, you got like glass on the side of this bit, and your smeltery. Gotta have a smeltery. Oh yeah, I remember where I am now. I remember this, and then your main base is over here. Yeah. Oh, cool.
Yeah, and then nothing really has changed
Whoa.
downstairs too much.
What is this?
That is a bit new from the last time you were here. This was originally Hungry Node, and I fed it until it reached about 400 of each aspect.
Right.
Tainted it and then energized it, and this is now powering all of my Thaumcraft.
Right. I assume hungry nodes are sort of dangerous things to tame.
You see all the obsidian around?
Yeah.
When you box it in obsidian, it's not as dangerous.
Right. But still dangerous. Cool. Got your mob.
These are the Project E, or equivalent exchange surflowers, up here.
Oh, sorry, where'd you go?
I'm up here, the glowstone looking blocks, which some of them are actually glowstone. These are making octuple compressed cobble for me.
Right. Yeah, this whole like Project E is a new one for me. We were talking about it briefly just before I started recording, but I remember like EE from an old 1.47 server that I played on, that Peg made, I think. Yeah. But yeah, Project E is pretty much a complete mystery to me, apart from the principle.
Yeah, the armor I'm wearing is gem armor, which is the super powered, able to summon lightning at will type.
Oh
armor.
god, that was you, right? Okay. Crikey. Cool. I'm gonna head inside, and I remember like all of your cool Thorncraft stuff, so
yeah, it's all down over this way.
Yeah, good stuff. Oh yeah, this is a little bit different. And then down here you had, yeah, you got some like floating flowers from Britannia, and right, another node.
This one, the Infernal Blast Furnace over here, is kind of fun.
Right.
This is my steel production. You can actually make steel with Thaumcraft.
Yeah. I sort of read and gleaned information that you can do a lot of sort of like ore processing and general stuff that people don't normally associate with magic mods. In magic mods, if you really like know them. I know certainly Thorncraft has it, but this is all very cool.
Yeah,
I like the pumps,
the Thaumcraft ore processing is a bit hard to set up.
Right.
Because you have to convert all of your ores into native ore clusters before you can feed them into the Infernal Furnace or the Infernal Blast Furnace here.
I see. And this is where you enchanted my armor. And that's a nice set of armor there. I remember Shobu wearing that. Is that like blood magic armor? This on the stand here.
Yeah, that's my bound armor.
Bound armor, yeah.
I kind of held off on the blood magic a little bit. When I get back into it, there are blood magic sigils that I put into the armor that give benefits that the gem armor that I'm wearing don't have.
Yeah.
Okay, over here
Oh,
we've got a
okay.
zombie that's demonstrating the interdiction torch.
All right.
Notice how they're not moving, even
Yeah.
though they're trying.
So they're like bound in place.
They cannot enter into the torch's light radius.
Oh, I see. So they're like exclusion
Now,
zones.
a very fun fact is that exclusion zone is three-dimensional.
All right.
So every now and then, a concussion creeper inside my blood altar will explode and teleport some random monster out,
Yeah.
and that random monster being teleported out will end up in the air and will start bouncing around my base. Which then takes it over here to this game that I'm setting up.
Right. Where did he go? Sorry, I need to keep my eyes on you at
Over
this
here
point.
where you thought my base was when you first logged on.
All right. Hang on. Can't quite remember where that was. What direction was it? Oh, no, I found it.
Yeah, it's got the big stone monstrosity tower.
Yeah, and the is that like just a random shape that you came up with? It's not like specific to anything, is it?
That was me playing around with the mercurial eye.
God, what's that?
Another equivalent exchange item, Project E. What it does is you feed it EMC and designate a block, and it will basically build a wall.
Right. God, man. So many mods. So much cool stuff. So did you use like a...
this,
yeah, loads of interdiction torches again, I see.
Yep, completely filled. And I dug this out with just a buildcraft quarry, so...
I used a buildcraft quarry. Have you ever used the...
cheap and easy.
Cheap and easy. I've never used one. The only quarry I've ever used was the Ender quarry from Extra Utilities, which I thought was really cool. Like I like the... I'm not loading any chunks in that entire direction. It looks really weird. I can see all the caves. Yeah, the Ender quarry seems really cool. Like in terms of like lag-free, only keeps 2 chunks loaded at once, that kind of thing.
Yeah, the buildcraft keeps all chunks that it's in loaded, and the benefit mainly is you feed it power, and it will eat the world.
Yeah.
The whole, not. So the next part of this will be a Ender IO mob spawner.
All right. Not done that yet.
And I'm going to just spin. And then, because the walls are perfectly smooth, which was me playing around with the mercurial eye.
All right. We can see the little obelisk kind of tower from here. Yeah, now if you look at my if you ever look at my channel, the old server that I played on, this massive mod server that guy I know made, I think I ended up with like sort of a massive wall full of jabber barrels and ender conduits, feeding out from a tesseract from the ender quarry. It was netting me all sorts of stuff. I wanted to sort of redesign it, but never got around to it. That was back in 1.64, mind. It was kind of fun. It was the first like quarry I'd ever done, so it was like, to me, it was like ludicrous amounts of resources all the time. It was fun.
Which, yeah, once you get to a quarry, it is pretty much ludicrous resources.
Yeah, it's but you have fun designing it. That's the fun part. I haven't made these capacitor banks yet either. But wow, that's like storing almost 2 billion RF. Well, capacity, I mean, like it's got...
Yeah, 2 billion capacity, but at the moment, yeah, 34 million.
Yeah.
So the setup here for this power, I'm using this solar flower
Yeah.
with a condenser to make ender pearls, pumping them out into the generators.
Oh wow, that seems cheap.
Yeah, Project E equivalent
Yeah.
exchange. They pretty much just ruin the balance of any server.
Yeah, it's funny because I've just been playing on Peg's server, which is like a minimalistic mod pack that he's made. It's about 80 mods, and there's no automation, like no conduits, no Ender IO, no extra utilities, no open blocks. Just very little, basically, compared to most mod packs these days. And it's really cool. Like, it gets you to think in different ways, and you have to come up with interesting solutions to things that were always sort of mundane and sort of like, oh, I just build this block and put it here and that's done. And you can't do that in that pack. It's kind of fun. I'm enjoying it anyway. So have you got any other cool stuff nearby?
Nope, this is pretty much all I've done. Is
Alright.
play around with the base.
So you've just been playing around in Project E, basically.
Yeah, I've basically just been screwing around.
Yeah. Well, hopefully we'll have a new server up soon. I know Shoba was talking about working on one with Greg Tech in, which I thought might be interesting.
Yeah,
not quite sure how I feel about that, but
he was trying to sell me on how Greg Tech 4, 5, whatever version.
Yeah, he was talking about the difference between version 4 and 5, I think.
Yeah, how it's mostly changed a lot. The main problem is still IC2 EnergyNet. It's broken. It is
right. Yeah, I remember back when I was playing Greg Tech, it did seem to have weird. The EU sort of network system just seemed a bit odd and buggy. I don't know whether it's been significantly fixed or whatever, but
there was a big discussion about it on Reddit as to how IC2 was pretty much still on the way out.
Right.
Because the developers refuse to fix the EnergyNet, or can't, or there were about 15 different opinions on the matter.
Yeah, I'm sure.
It was Reddit. It's what happens. But the consensus was most of the people who would want to fix the EnergyNet don't have the ability, and the people who could don't really care.
Yeah. Oh well. I mean, back on that mod server I was talking about before, it was called Second Coming. Sort of inspired by Peg's, well, one of Peg's packs, where we basically tried to have as many mods as possible running. You know, like screw balance, just give people lots of options, basically. And it was fun. It had like 267 mods loaded, one of which was Greg Tech, and I got quite into it at the time. But I remember like there were quite a few like weird bugs, and I think I lost an entire machine at one point, a really expensive machine. And I think Kato, the owner, and like he made the pack and he ran the server and everything. He sort of replaced the machine for me because it was a bug. So he said it was, you know, sort of fair to do. But yeah, like I kind of burnt out on it. I think there's a lot of micro crafting involved, which I'm kind of tired of these days. And I don't know. It was fun though, for a while.
Greg Tech confused tedium with difficulty for a while there.
Yeah, that's well put. I'm just, for some reason my pick won't work. What's going on there? What is going on? I can't use my pick on anything. Can't use my shovel. Can't use my shovel. I think.
Do Do you have the same type of cloak that I do, the spectral mantle?
No, I don't have any cloak on or anything. I think Shobu might have... I know Shobu said that there was an explosion in my base and he fixed it. And I'm wondering whether he did that in such a way that it... I'll try flying away from my base a bit and see whether I can do something out there, but this is kind of weird. Anyway, I was just looking at the farm there, like, I blew a massive hole in my base, like 3 weeks ago or so, whenever I was sort of last playing. I was charging an industrial core from Rotocraft, and I hadn't made I hadn't figured out how to use a comparator and redstone as an emergency shutoff, because I was being lazy, basically. And I had to go AFK whilst charging it, and it came back, and somebody in IRC was like, yeah, there's like an enormous hole in your base. I was like, shit. And it blew up a lot of Peg's farm as well. Hang on. Yeah, that was bad. And like, Peg loved that farm as well. It's just as well he stopped playing on here, because I think he'd have been pretty annoyed. I mean, like, if he was playing, and I probably will do it anyway, but yeah, I can't break dirt away from my base either. There's something weird going on. I'll have to tell Shumble. Shumble? I just rhymed Shobu with Mumble then. I'll tell Shobu. So yeah, gotta fix my base. Although at the moment I can't break anything, so in fact it's coming up to 22 minutes now, so I'm gonna call this video short, I think. But thanks ever so much for joining me on Mumble, Chao, and showing us your base. Cool stuff.
Yeah, no problem.
Cool. Right, well, let me know how that modpack you're working on goes, because that sounds quite interesting. I'll be up for playing on that for sure.
Got most of the permissions down. Couple that I have to contact mod authors for.
Yeah.
Shobu said he would help me out with that one. I don't have any that are outright banned for permissions. Most of it's pretty open, so it shouldn't be too much of a problem. Just have to get the Technic launcher to work with my Dropbox to distribute it.
Yeah, cool. Right, I'm gonna go and report my weird bug to to Shobu. Thanks again, man. I'll see you around.
Yep, no problem.
Cool. Right, thanks for watching. I will be back later.